What is the doTERRA versus Young Living Essential Oil Business Training Part 2 all about? Well, I'm going to cover that today, so make sure to get comfy and watch this training all the way until the end because there's going to be some juicy info revealed. Okay, well, maybe not juicy, but definitely educational. You know what I mean. Roll the intro. I wrote the intro? Oh, I edited the video. Oh, okay. Well, roll the intro.
You know, I love this quote from Jeff Olson, and it says, "Successful people look at a problem and see opportunity." I think so often people see a problem and they give up. So often people try to find a problem, right? But really, seeing opportunity means, hey, there's maybe an unmet need or a solution that can be applied, all right? So that's a really good mindset to start things off. And let's talk about the problem, though. So this is part one. Employers are more likely to file for bankruptcy so they can ditch paying out your retirement plan and insurance obligations than honor them. And this is important to keep in mind because, you know, a lot of companies, especially in 2008, went bankrupt, and, you know, like it seems like every 8 or so years, usually it's like, 5 to 7 in general, we have a recession. But we're definitely keeping that in mind because there was the dot-com bubble and bust, and then there was, the whole 2008 crisis, and who knows what's in the future. There's going to be a correction at some point, but, companies aren't looking for your best interests in mind. They're keeping profits and shareholder value as the forefront, not employees. And so that's something to keep in mind, whether it is a corporation especially, but also government to a certain degree, as well as nonprofits. Everyone is going to be focused on money at some point. It's just how is it categorized and how is it created. The government prints money, but they still got to use it to pay their people, right? And nonprofits, it's called donations, but they're still getting payment. They got to keep the lights on and keep people paid too, even if it's a lower amount in general than corporations. All right, so let's keep going. The problem part two is that people are unsure of which person, product, or company to go with when it comes to starting and sustaining a successful essential oil business. So this comes down to, looking at doTERRA, looking at Young Living, and which one do you go with? There's a lot of things to consider, and I know that what makes it even more difficult is specifically if you're already invested financially, emotionally, or from a time standpoint in one company or another, or if you're just on the fence and maybe there's just a lot of, hearsay and half truths out there. But if you're already with the company, then this is going to be really good training for you. Or if you're looking to start an essential oil business, we're going to get into the solution. But let's talk about the part three of the problem. I gotta be a Donald Downer for just a little bit more, and then we're gonna get happy and positive. Don't worry. Most distributors quit before they start seeing lasting results because they don't give their business a minimum of 3 to 5 years of commitment and lack the follow-up skills needed to keep their momentum going through the ups and the downs. I think so often, we with the advent of technology and cell phones and all this stuff, we just are very instant gratification oriented. It's like if I don't get something right now, like I'm not gonna want it tomorrow, right? So, and I think that comes with a business, and it's like if you're not willing to give it 3 to 5 years of commitment, it don't got to be 40 hours a week commitment, but just at least starting off with maybe 5 to 10 hours a week and going from there, then you can't expect to have a type of business that's going to turn in from part-time income to full-time income. And that's no different than a franchise or any other business that you're starting. Like, it takes time, and anything worth doing takes time. And you have to think about, you're trying to retire early. In 3 to 5 years, you're trying to set up the next 30 to 50 years of your life. And 3 to 5 years to do that is not a lot of time. Like, that's nothing. So really keeping that in mind is going to be so important. This is the long game, right? But let's talk about the solution. So authentic network marketing with the right person, products, and company is the most efficient way to build a long-term financial pipeline. And I will also add that a lot of people oftentimes spend way too much time on the product and say, well, it's too expensive or I can't afford it. And they don't even look at the person or the company in such a way that will help them build what I call the 310s, or actually what Jordan Belfort taught, the 310s, really just making sure that the person is a 10, the products are a 10, and the company is a 10 in your mind, so you can make a purchasing decision and people buy you before they buy anything from you. And so it's so important to make sure we're real, authentic, and authentic network marketing is more of a minority in the MLM or network marketing world because traditional network marketing has taken over, and that's what most companies companies are. So if they've been around for at least 10 years or so, it doesn't mean they're automatically traditional network marketing, but they most likely follow that recruit and sell model versus the teach and share model, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later in this presentation. All right, so how does it all work? Step one is learn how to create a financial pipeline. So I'm going to do a little story or analogy coming up soon, so stay tuned. Step two, decide which person, products, and company you want to get started with. This is important. I talked about this in part one of my essential oil business training here, and this is going to be key because you have to be a product of the product. You have to move from user to super user to really a sharer, then business builder, and then eventually a leader. So there's a progression, but it's step by step, and it's in your own timing. It's self-paced, and it's whenever you want, so that's really cool. All right, step three is to follow the next steps at the end of this video to keep the momentum going. So you don't want to give up too soon, but you also want to develop the skills with regards to follow-up. Fortune is in the follow-up, people. Let me just tell you right now, fortune's in the follow-up. And it's not necessarily being rich monetarily, it's being rich spiritually, rich emotionally, rich mentally, rich physically. Like how are you going to enrich others? So that's going to be really important to keep in mind, but you kind of have to, pour into yourself so you can pour into others. Let your cup runneth full and over so you can then pour that into others. And that's like the love and the education and just all that good stuff, right? All right, so let's start with the story, the first part of the story, and it's hauling buckets is hard work, let me tell you. Well, there was a man who hauled buckets of water for a living. Every day he hauled water from the nearest water source to his village miles away. More water equals more moolah? Well, because everyone needed water, he always sold out. If he wanted to make more money, he would simply work more hours hauling buckets. Does that sound familiar? Maybe a 9-to-5 job or some type of other job where you're trading hours for dollars? Maybe. Oh, but I'm on salary, Lance. That doesn't apply. Well, hold on. Let's look at the paycheck. Let's see how many, hours you did work and what you got paid. You could probably divide it up. Just saying. Anyways, let's keep going. Hauling buckets sucks. Okay, let's just keep it real. After many years, he grew weary of hauling buckets. Then inspiration came. If he used his spare time to build a pipeline, eventually he would be free from hauling buckets. That sounds smart. All right, so putting in that work, you know what I'm saying? So he labored diligently for a few years to build his pipeline. All right, blood, sweat, and tears, whatever you got to do. Need a financial pipeline? Well, the day he turned on his spigot, everything changed. He had created an unlimited supply of water for his village and a financial pipeline that continued to provide him abundance for years to come. So he put in that work, and now he gets to enjoy the fruit of his labor, or the water of his pipeline. There we go. Buckets versus pipeline. Well, are you hauling buckets or building a pipeline? You can create a different story for yourself and many others. So whether you are in a more higher paid profession like doctors or lawyers, you're still getting paid hourly, because if you don't work, you don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the business depends highly on you being physically present. And then if you're like an employee, it's still, whether it's hourly, salary, it's still going to be based on your performance too, but you're still trading hours for dollars. But the question is, how can you build a residual income business and really create a different story for yourself and many others is the key. All right, so here's true financial freedom. So with an essential oil business, you can achieve financial freedom as you share simple, safe, and empowering natural solutions with those you care about. And that's really important because you can start small and really just create a testimonial story for yourself, then for your family, and then for others, and share naturally. Like, I don't go out to prospect. I just prospect while I'm out. Like, if I hear something that somebody's going through, I ask them a question, and I ask, are you open to natural solutions? Or I ask them, like, have you tried essential oils? And that's digitally, on social media and Instagram and YouTube, but that's also in person. I just be myself, be real, but be very solution oriented, but not pushy. I hate hard sales, and we're going to talk about that soon too. But not be a hard seller, and even it's not even soft sales to a degree. It's just just educating people, right? And just sharing your story and offering an experience, an essential oil experience. That's right. All right, so you can change countless lives, right? So they always say, like, the end of my church session, they'd be like, go change the world, right? Well, you can change the world this way too, is using what God created to help other people with their health. Hey, how about that? Well, the pipeline touches many lives, and as you grow your pipeline, others' lives are lifted too. And so that's going to be really important. It's kind of like a rising tide that lifts all boats, and that's what you want. You want a win-win situation, and it's not everyone else has become a business builder like you, Or if you want to become a business builder, it's just, just helping customers too. And that's a large part of what I do. That's a large part of the company I'm with. That's their base is customers, people getting value. All right, so let's change the world some more, right? So doTERRA creates partnerships with growers around the world, nurturing developing economies and preserving agricultural traditions. And so they're helping those communities get lifted out of poverty so they can have a better quality of life for them in exchange for these amazing gifts of the earth. And so that's what's so powerful that we get to use, and I love that aspect of it. All right, so there's also a cultural impact. So entire regions and cultures are impacted because you share health and hope to those most in need. So when you become a part-time or full-time essential oil business sharer or builder, you're either getting your oils for free, you're earning part-time income, or you're earning full-time income. You are changing the world. Like, you are helping those communities with their quality of life because they have a natural resource, an oil from a plant that they can then exchange that, right, with doTERRA and other people and really improve their quality of life. So that's so powerful. When is the best time? Well, the time is now, right? The time to start your pipeline is now. When you dedicate to building a pipeline in your essential oil business, the results are far reaching and long lasting. And so, like I said before, a lot of people quit within the first few months, or they stop using their oils. And so that's going to be key. Like, you want to be a product of the product, and you have to recognize that most businesses fail after 5 years. The failure rate is like 95% plus, and then that's just any business, not just essential oils or network marketing. I mean, the franchise is the most successful business model out there, is because it comes with a manual and it's pretty much just like, turnkey operation. And network marketing is that, it's you get manuals, you get training, and especially when you do your research, right on the person, product, and company. All right, but anyways, 3 to 5 years to set up the next 30 to 50 years of your life. How does that sound? Well, the time is now to start thinking or doing that. And ultimately, let's leave a legacy, right? I mean, it's not about just helping ourselves. It's about, hey, what about your pipeline providing well-being and freedom to your home, communities, and to future generations? Being able to pass your business on to your kids, that's amazing, right? And the fact that you built that business is residual income, and then what can they do? Now they can focus on the business, but also helping their families and their kids and grandkids and great grandkids and all that. That is so powerful. Like, being able to do that in such a way that is focused on your quality of life, focused on your health, so you can be your best self and stay around the longest time that God will have us on this earth. But anyways, you can do that as on and hold up your end of the bargain, right, which is taking care of yourself and taking care of the temple and taking care of your bank account and finances too at the same time. So this is really, really powerful. All right, so there's a couple main network marketing types. We got traditional, which I was talking about a little bit earlier, and then we have authentic, which is the minority, more rare. All right, so when you look at traditional, one of the red flags is that they lead with the business opportunity. So they're like, it can sound something like, hey, I got this mansion, this Ferrari, look at this person, that person, look how much they're making, blah, 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 all that. They focus on the money first. Red flag. All right, green lights is with authentic because they lead with powerful products. It sounds more like, hey, how can I help you? What needs do you have? What health priorities are on your mind? Like, here's a solution that can help, and it's product based. So it's really focusing on powerful products. We go back to traditional. The other red flag is that they're focused on recruiting and selling. So they're like, all right, join my organization so I can make you some money, or hey, let's sell, like push, like just really like hard selling and pressure. Like, I don't like that. I mean, there's probably some people out there that like that, type of aggressiveness, but I don't like that, and I don't do that to any of my prospects, wholesale customers, or business builders. Like, it's just not good for business. All right, anyways, or building relationships for that matter. The green light comes with authentic though. So it's focusing on teaching and sharing. So it's like, all right, like, how can I help educate you to help you understand the benefits and uses of these powerful products so that you want to use them, so that you start to replace the things in your kitchen and your bathroom and your garage and your cleaning cabinet and all these other places, so that you get value and you're just swapping out stuff. And then because you're so excited about the benefits it's provided you, or the transformation and all that, that it's hard not to share them, and it's hard not to keep going with sharing that message of health and hope. Here's the question though. This is really the kind of question that I encourage people to ask themselves. Would I buy these products on my own even without the business opportunity. That goes for traditional and authentic. Because if the answer is no, then really what they sold you on is a business opportunity, not powerful products. But if it's like, hey, I want to buy these oils and supplements without the business opportunity because they help me so much. They improve my quality of life, or they make me feel better, or they improve my mood, or they balance my hormones, or they support my digestion, or they this and just keep going on. I mean, I got lots of testimonies for myself. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been set free with my health. Like, so I have like my answer is definitely a yes with the company I'm with. So my company is an authentic network marketing company, leads with powerful products, teaches and shares, and I would definitely buy these products without the business opportunity. Matter of fact, for my first year in the actual company, I was just a customer. I was just learning and using and falling in love with these products because they were amazing and they set me free. So now it's time to help other people be set free too with their health. And if they're interested, keyword if, if they're interested in the business opportunity, because I don't push it. All right, but I help them when they're ready. That's why I'm doing this, presentation. Okay, here we go. So how to handle hard sellers. This is real important because I know a lot of times if you don't have this skill, like I've been hard sold, I could probably count them on my one hand. Well, I guess it depends. Like a sit down hard sell, I've been a couple times, but I mean, I get hard sold, all the time, really. Through social media, people be texting me and DMing me and emails, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. But anyways, this is more for like if you're face to face with somebody and you're like put on the spot. So a hard seller, basically you can kind of tell because they overpromise, they exaggerate, or they lead with the income or compensation plan. So typically, like, it's usually another network marketing distributor from whatever company, and they're usually kind of coming at me a little bit hard. So, I usually just thank them for the offer, but, I let them know I'm not interested in your business opportunity because I don't have a need at this time. And then they usually ask something like, well, how much are you making? And then I usually respond with like, I'm more interested in getting to know you and seeing if, big if, there's a good fit for what we each do. Okay, that's the key right there, what we each do. Sound fair enough? So I'm trying to be reasonable with them and let them know I'm not interested in the Ferraris or the Lambos or the Lamborghinis and the mansions and the all that crazy stuff. No, like I just want to help people, okay? Like, and we may not have a good fit because, the products that I offer, their company may already have 95% of them, and the 5% that they don't have, they may not want to get it because they think I'm going to sell them on the business opportunity because they're projecting, because that's exactly what they're doing to me. Like, I know it's getting kind of deep and you're probably like, Lance, okay, you kind of lost me at projection. But the point I'm trying to make is like, they're trying to hard sell me on their business opportunity when I don't have a need. And yet I'm coming at it from a, hey, I'm just trying to build a relationship with you to see if you even have a need for the products that I have, but your company doesn't have. And so that's a better approach. And if there is no need, or they're not looking, or whatever the reason is, then that's fine. We can part ways. But I think having the skill set of being able to like punch pause on the conversation, hit the timeout button, and really develop that skill of assertiveness and just be like, hey, timeout. Like, can we just get to know each other? Like, I don't have a need for your business opportunity, and it's not about the money. So can we just get to know each other? How about that? And then after you get to know them a little bit, you can say, well, thank you for meeting. And, if you're not interested in meeting up again, and be like, I'm good. Like, I don't have a need for your business opportunity or products. Just be blunt. Like, I always say, try to be, brutally honest, but exceedingly kind. And so that's, honesty is really the best policy when you do that on the front end. And that's what I do now. But it's taken like 4 years for me to develop the skill set and confidence to be able to just handle people like that. And I'm never disrespectful, but I am, like I said, extremely blunt, but very respectful and kind at the same time, because I want to keep their feelings in mind. All right, now, even after all that, they still may try to hard sell again. Like, so it's possible. I mean, people don't get the hint sometimes. I'll tell you what, because that's all they know sometimes. But here's what I say. Thank you, but I stand firm on what I said earlier. If you would like to continue getting to know each other, that's fine. But this conversation is over if I get another hard sales pitch on the business opportunity. So that's like really putting your foot on the ground and really putting a line in the sand and saying, look, like, we can get to know each other, but if you're going to continue to basically not honor my request to do that, then this conversation is over, because clearly this is more about you and what you want, and not trying to help me and understand what my needs are. And because of that, I'm done, right? As they say in the Shark Tank, I'm out, right? And so, but I gave them, I gave them a chance or two to kind of redeem themselves, so to speak, to be more relationship focused and not, business focused on the front end. But this is just a sample script. I mean, the key is just going to be make it your own and practice. And sometimes you got to get hard sold a couple times and really flounder and flop. And then you're like, well, I remember that one video that Lance did and he talked about that, but let me watch that again and see what he said. Like maybe it'll hit you, maybe not, but at least you're kind of getting some prep on the front end. And this doesn't mean you have to slap them aside the head and just be like, no, I'm not interested. But I think if you just respectfully, just decline if you don't have a need, right? And I think any person who hard sells need to always come in with it from the approach of like, how can I add value? And if they have a value mindset, if you have that discernment on your end, you can see that really quickly. Like I said, hard selling people are going to overpromise, exaggerate, or lead with the income compensation plan. So once you hear those are red flags. And all this, I'm kind of talking it from the perspective of being hard sold. But if you are a hard seller and you took offense to what I said, I was just, trying to speak truth. So maybe that's a warning sign or, something to keep in mind. But I think that's going to be really, really key is that there's no need to hard sell. That's the bottom line. Build relationships instead. All right. So when you talk about the benefits of an essential oil biz, number one is that you get to work from home. That is so amazing. You get to spend time with your family and you get to work from the comfort of your home in your pajamas or whatever you want to do. And you can go out when you want, maybe eat some groceries or something, or, go out to eat with some family or friends or something, whatever. But you get to work from home, or I like to say work from wherever. Number two is you get to set your own hours. So you decide when you wake up, when you go to bed, and you decide how much work you're going to put in that week. Sometimes there's weeks where I work more because I'm, traveling for convention, or I'm, doing more training, or more classes and stuff. And sometimes there's weeks where I work less because I have all my ducks in a row, all my videos scheduled. There's no training or classes that much for that week. And so it just kind of depends, but it's nice to be able to set your own hours. You get to earn as you learn. So when you think about college, if you don't have any scholarships and you're paying to go to college, which, is a decent amount of people, which is why our college student loan debt is so high and over $1 trillion. But anyways, that is an issue, a separate issue. But when you look at college, you have to pay as you learn. With network marketing, you earn as you learn. And you may be like, well, Lance, aren't you paying for your products too? But yeah, you're also replacing what was in your home, in your kitchen, in your cleaning cabinet, in your bathroom, in your garage. So you're just replacing things, and you are earning as you're learning, assuming that you're getting wholesale customers and or business builders in your organization. Number four is you can work part-time, then full-time. So part-time, is like usually 5 to 10 hours initially, and then it might go up to as much as 20 hours a week. And then full-time, I would say, would be like 40 plus hours a week, or anything more than the 21 hours technically, right? So yeah, but you get to decide when that is based on how hungry you are, right? If you're really hungry, then you can achieve that quicker because you're going to be talking to way more people, whether it be online or in person. If you're not that hungry, then you probably won't. But then it's not just hunger, it's also skill set. We have to have the skills and knowledge to be able to do that, and on top of all that, not give up and be able to follow up like nobody's business, but not to the point where it's pesky and badgering, but to the point where it just makes sense, right? We're building relationships with people. Number five is, there's no glass ceilings with network marketing. Anyone can be the top earner of the company. It just comes down to, again, their hunger and their skill set. I would also add their mindset and their tool set. There's a lot of things that accomplish that. But, like with corporate America, you have to wait for somebody to retire or get fired or, move on or get promoted or pass away before you can kind of move into that position. Or they have to create a new position because they have budget that year for it or whatever. And so there's no glass ceilings with network marketing, which is nice. It's based on your hunger and your mindset and skill set and tool set. There's also no layoffs with network marketing, right? So it's based off of, your effort and your performance and your results. And, typically, layoffs got really popular with corporate America in the 1980s as a way to basically look good on the books, so it's more about, but what the CEOs and CFOs or whoever's, or HR, whoever's executing and slashing, headcount, they're not looking at that each number is a person. Like, they have a family. Like, these people now have to either go on unemployment or get a severance package and now look for another job. And in a tougher economy or even an up economy, it can be tough because based on your age or skills, there could be a lack of relevancy or, there's a lot of reasons why people get laid off. Usually it's for performance or pay, like they're not performing or they're paid too much or something like that. But still, like, there's no layoffs with network marketing, and that's a really good feeling. And number 7 benefit of an essential oil business is that you can retire early in 3 to 5 years. So the standard model is, you work for 40 years, you get about, 40% of your pay in retirement, and then hopefully you can live off of that and maybe survive and hopefully not have to work as a Walmart greeter. I mean, that's kind of the hope, right? I mean, some people, don't get to escape the Walmart greeter thing. No disrespect to the Walmart greeters out there, but at the same time with network marketing, you retire early because you don't have to work 40 years at something. You can work 3 to 5 years in something and go from part-time to full-time effort and performance and results. And then that 3 to 5 years sets up the next 30 to 50 years of your life. And so, and then that's something you can, again, like I mentioned earlier, you can pass on to your kids and family members and stuff too as you move on, And so that is going to be really, really awesome. And so these are the top 7 benefits of an essential oil business. And if this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. But maybe what I'm going to say next. Okay, let's see. So what's the catch? You're probably like, this seems too good to be true, Lance. And this is coming from the skeptic. Well, there is no catch. But I will mention the difference between interest and commitment, because this is, it's not the catch, but it's, part of the, actually a large reason why people aren't successful in a network marketing business when they're pursuing the income side. And it's basically summarized in a quote by Kenneth Blanchard, and he says, when you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. I'm going to read this again because this cut me like a knife. I don't know about you, but it was like, oh, dang, that's going kind of deep up in here, man. Whew. All right, so when you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. Thank you, Kenneth Blanchard, for smacking me across the face, but really affirming and really just, reminding me that if I'm interested in starting a network marketing or essential oil business, then I'm going to quit once it's convenient. I'm going to I'm going to not follow up because it was convenient. I'm going to just give up because it was convenient, just fit my schedule, whatever, or something else came up. But when I'm committed to working part-time and then eventually full-time in an essential oil business, then I accept none of my excuses. It's not, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. I only focus on, I look at, I try to focus on the process, what I try to control the controllables within my own realm, but I look at the results in order to see how I can improve. It's like, okay, I'm not at the rank I want. What do I need to do in order to do that? I need to work backwards. I need to see what rank I want, what work they put in, and see what I can do on a daily basis. Do I want to build online? Do I want to build face-to-face? Do I want to do a combination of both? What's going on with regards to rank, income, how I build a business, and my mindset? Like, I'm looking at results all the time. I'm not beating myself up for low or no results, but at the same time, I'm keeping the eyes on the prize, because even in part 1, we talked about having a good why, a strong why that nobody can take away. Why am I doing this business? And it hopefully is not for the money, because when the money isn't there, then it's easier to quit. So we don't want our motivation to be money. We want it to be something greater than that. Something that maybe involves leaving a legacy, or something that involves not wanting to be like our parents with regards to their health or something, or whatever it is, or maybe being set free with your own health. And there's probably a lot of things. All right, so let's move on, because you're probably like, Lace, you done beat me up enough with that quote. Okay, so here's some common facts and objections. Should I go with doTERRA or Young Living? Or should I stay with doTERRA or Young Living? Or my upline? Basically, I would do a few things. One is if you're already with a company and you're a business builder, then the best thing you can do is work with your upline or your mentor or enroller, whoever got you into the business and enrolled you. That's just it. Now, if you're thinking, or you're on the fence, or you're not with either company, or you'd like to go with a company, or whatever it is, you're just new to a company, then doing your research. I have lots of videos on that. I'll have some in the description with the lawsuit outcome of doTERRA and Young Living, with the doTERRA versus Young Living, everything, like their founders and their farming and all that stuff. So lots of information in the description below. You can check that out so you can make a more educated decision. Number 2, I don't want to bother people, Lance. I mean, I don't want to just tap on my shoulder and be like, hey, you want to buy some oil? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's definitely not that. So this is more of a mindset, I would say, issue. And so it's, hey, I don't bother people. I have liquid gold in this bottle. Like, do you want some? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll be like. I'll be like, this is gonna set me free. Do you want to be set free? Okay, well then let's try some of this oil and go from there. Like, so I would say this question would need some more mindset training because it's not bothering people. We are setting people free. Just keeping it real. All right, number 3. Is this a pyramid scheme? Because I heard that, this is just a scam and I had to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, no. Okay, so the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, has even said this as well. Basically, because doTERRA or Young Living, doTERRA and Young Living, they exchange products for money. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's fully legal. So people who say this, I think, just have I think it's more of an educational opportunity, but I mean, it's a legal business. If you don't believe me, I'll have the link somewhere in the description or on a previous video or another video about what the FTC said. And they are the governing body. That's the Federal Trade Commission. They can shut a company down, and they're not, because these companies are focusing on exchanging products for money or value for value. Number 4, should I choose someone local or out of state? This will depend on your know, like, and trust factor and who's available. And I would say I wouldn't just choose somebody local because they're local. That's not a good reason. And I also wouldn't just choose somebody out of state because they're the first person you see. I think you should do your research and you should find somebody you know, like, and trust. And ultimately, you want somebody that's going to help you get from point A to point Z. I know you want to be like point A to point B. Well, hold on. No, you need somebody that's going to be the bridge to help you get there, and recognize that they're not going to, well, ideally, like I would just say, like, I'm not going to do the work for you, but I'll work with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to work for you, but I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to help you. And I can't teach for hunger, but I can teach for skills. You know what I'm saying? I can get your skills up if you're already hungry, right? You got to be self-motivated. I can't work with people that's already full. Like, you got to be hungry. Okay? But anyways, so should you choose local or out of state? I actually have another video on that, but it just comes down to the know, like, trust factor and if they can get you to the next level or the level that you want ultimately. And response time is going to be key on all that too. Number 5, I don't know if I'll use all the oils, so therefore I don't need any of the products or a kit. That high pitch, that is an education opportunity, as I'll put it. And so you just need to learn how to use all the oils. And it's like, well, I don't know how to use all the oils. Well, that's why I do videos, wellness consults. I do classes on the front end. I do continuous training. And that's why I focus on education. That's what makes me different than a Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's oils, because you get a relationship that is designed to help you improve your quality of life, not just a transaction at the cashier checkout line at one of those retail outlets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so different. So that's, all the MLM or network marketing haters will be like, well, it's cheaper, Lance. I can just get that. Okay, get your cheap oil. Okay, go get your cheap oil, because clearly you are too price sensitive. Like, you don't value quality of service. So, but what they also don't realize is that people are relational beings. So it's like we want relationship, but we don't want to pay a lot for it. It's like, well, that's a mindset issue. So that needs more mindset training, for real. I got videos on that too. Anyways, number 6 is the kits are too expensive, Lance. And so I want to draw a distinction. Too expensive is different than I can't afford. Too expensive is a mindset issue, or really a priority issue, because that same person who says this is too expensive will be the same person that goes on vacations, has a nice car, has a nice house, has the nice clothes, has the nice jewelry, or any combination of that, or multiple things of that, and yet they'll look at the oils and be like, this is too expensive. And it's like, did you even realize how many things that this can replace in your home? Like, you did, but it's still too expensive? Okay, well then that is a mindset issue, because let's not bust out your bank account and look at how much you spent on vacations and clothes and cars and shoes and jewelry. Oh, that's too personal, Lance. You can't be doing that. That's invasion of privacy. Well, you're going to spend money on something. That's all I'm trying to say. Why not make it on something that's going to improve your quality of life and help you do all those things better? I mean, what's up? I mean, it's not like you got to buy the whole kit and caboodle kit. You just got to get one that's like going to help you enough, right? And swap out what's in your home. And then when they say I can't afford it, then I usually just recommend somebody to a competitor. It's like, okay, if you can't afford it, then here's a competitor. Go to them, like, especially like a retail one, like, something at Whole Foods or Sprouts or Trader Joe's. Just go to a grocery store or health food store and get some oils. Just help your health. If it ain't with me, that's fine. Just go help yourself, okay? All right, so those are some common facts and objections. Hopefully you didn't fall into any of them, but if you found into one, hopefully you got some value out of the response, and then we're gonna keep moving on. Why does this all matter though, Lance? I mean, goodness, you just make me feel bad with all these. Oh my goodness. No, I'm just trying to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the truth hurts though. But I apologize if it, if I came across a little brash. Okay. So about 85% of people that join doTERRA simply wish to buy products at the best value. That is key. So everyone, pretty much everyone, not everyone, but almost everyone is just wanting to be a wholesale customer. 15% wish to build a business, and 65% of all those that join continue to order at least 3 months compared to an 8% industry average. So doTERRA has a really good retention rate, and a smaller percent of people just want to do the business. And that follows the 80-20 rule, or Pareto analysis, if you've ever heard of it, which is like the 80% of any given people are gonna, in this case, be wholesale customers, and roughly about 20% are going to be business builders. So that is, that, and that's why it's important. Like, people, remember that question I asked earlier, like, would you be a part of this essential oil business even if the business opportunity wasn't there, or would you buy the products even if the business opportunity wasn't there? And for doTERRA, it's a big yes. People are buying this stuff because it's helping them with their health, like it's setting people free. So yes, that's why they do it. In summary, starting a part-time or full-time essential oil business allows you to change lives, grow yourself, and earn as you learn. Like, this is like amazing. This has got the benefits of a franchise, but the education of a college tuition without the college tuition price tag. You know what I mean? Like, a fraction of that, a fraction of a fraction. You know what I mean? Like, you getting that college level education, especially if you find a person, product, and company. That's going to be key. Just want to qualify that. But once you find that, then yes, college level education without the fees and craziness. But you also get the proven track record and business model of the franchise type of model, because you have like manuals and guides and resources out the wazoo. Like, it's crazy the amount of training that's involved. Like, if you hungry, and you gonna grow, like, you gonna grow yourself and or your business if you're hungry. If you're not hungry, if you're full and you're just like, I'm, peace out, Girl Scout, then no, none of that applies, and you can stop watching this, or you may have stopped watching this earlier, which in this case you wouldn't even be watching this. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay. So what are the next steps? Next steps is Rise of the Entrepreneur. Make sure to watch that. I'm going to have the description in the link below. I recommended this on part 1 because I believe in it so greatly. Please watch this documentary. Like, the trailer I'm going to include, but just go to the website, slap your email and your name in there, and watch this documentary. It's about an hour long. It is great. It covers traditional employment, stock investment, and network marketing in a very objective, fact-based way that's engaging. I love watching this. Like, I've watched it, I don't know, at least 5 times. Like, it's amazing. Love it. Love it. Watch it. All right, number 2, order the GoPro book. I'm going to have a link in the description where you can order a free copy. You just pay for shipping. So this book is going to get you in the right mindset, again, with regards to traditional employment and network marketing, and having the right mindset, which is the value mindset. I'm exchanging value for value. I'm going to educate and help people build relationships. I'm going to do it the authentic network marketing way. Forget traditional network marketing. I'm going to do it the teach and share way. That's what's going to help you there. All right, become a Dr. Axe Essential Oil Coach. This is one of those next level things that's going to help you in your personal development journey, and to be a more qualified / certified / competent sharer and builder. Is this a mandatory thing? No, but it's a next step, right? So it's one of those things that will help you get to the next level if you haven't already done so. Number 4 is attend the Essential Oil Annual Convention. So I've been going to doTERRA's every year for the past, since 2014. So absolutely love it. You just kind of build your belief, you build your why, you get to hang around other oilers, and you see that you're not alone. I mean, it's nuts. About 30,000 people last year, so it's going to be more than that this year. So it's amazing. It's a sea of aromatherapy and belief and vision and a bunch of, and you get to learn the founder story, and just, it's so, like, you walk away just very inspired. I've vlogged my last one, so I have some videos on that vlog, so make sure to check that out. So yes, but it's cool. Bonus, watch my essential oil business trainings more than once. So if you watch part 1, good job. I'm proud of you. If you watch this one all the way to this point, that's what I'm talking about. You are on point. Good job. Again, But if you watch them again and try to reaffirm some points and, nail down like, okay, I got a couple of those next steps, but I didn't get all of them, or, I'm gonna put this on my calendar. I'm gonna, da 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 da, whatever you got to do, and be like, I remember he said something about that, and let me just kind of develop that skill. Do do boom. Like that's the kind of mindset that's really just gonna help you hit that next level, and really just because we hear something once and we don't really absorb it. I mean, the only way to really absorb it is to do it. So just like Nike said, just do it. All right, so what's final thoughts? 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. George Washington Carver, you done smacked half of the people of my previous employer right upside their head if they would have heard this. But because they would make oh my goodness, it's like, here's the reasons why I can't do this for you, Lance. Excuse 1, excuse 2, excuse 3. I'd be like, hold on, can we address the root cause of the problem and find a solution? Well, Lance, that's outside of my pay grade. And I'm like, look here, we gonna have some problems because we need to get this solved. All right, this ain't about, we just need to get it done crew. You know what I mean? Like that's my crew. Like that's the people I work. We get stuff done. Like we don't BS. We don't make excuses. We do acknowledge the problem. We do try to find root causes of that problem, but then we keep it moving. Like I like to say we vacation at the problem, but we don't live there. We vacation, we visit, be like, oh, okay, I see you problem, good looking out. Now it's time for the solution. Let's go. And find a solution that's a win-win, ideally. Sometimes it's not always a win-win. It's a big win and a little win, or a big win and a slight lose or something. That's okay though. We make it work. And it's that mentality of just not making excuses and just root cause identification, find a problem, find a solution. George Washington Carver, if you heard that, hopefully that doesn't make you roll in your grave, but if you heard all the excuses from my previous employer and direct reports, I'm sure if you heard what they said, you'd be rolling your grave a few times. But anyways, those are the final thoughts. Not trying to throw them under the bus. I've made excuses in my past too. I am not, pure and innocent. I'm guilty of doing that too. I just know that because I've done it in my past and I have had people that I managed that did it, I was just like, I don't want to be that person. I'm tired of being that person. Like, let's be the get it done crew, okay? Let's be the get it done crew. All right, now that my rant is over / history lesson, send me an email today at essentialoilsme@gmail.com if you got some value out of this, or if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction or help you out in your wellness journey as a customer, business builder, or prospect, or whatever you want to do, and we will go from there.
As you can see, there's a lot to learn when it comes to starting and maintaining an essential oil business. The success equation equals mindset plus skill set plus tool set, and this is why it's so important to do your research on the front end and not give up on the back end once you found a person, products, and company to go with. If you like today's video, make sure to press that like button, and if you want to see more video updates in the future, make sure to click that subscribe button too while you're down there, and I'll see you in the next video.